Hello everyone, this video is the second part of our motivating scenario grading code with ARC. If you haven't watched the first part, please do so by going to the link in the description below. Here we're going to show how ARC is able to find or suggest the existence of bugs in a student's program and thus helping with the code comprehension activity involved in the grading process. So in the last video, we selected this solution number 1 submitted by a hypothetical student, and we generated a strategy from it so we could find other submissions that are semantically similar. Let's do that again, but slightly differently. So we're going to go to create strategy, and we're going to select all the patterns that were found by the tool. Okay. Let's give it a name, just my strategy. And just like before, I'm gonna give all the patterns the same color, except for one, and I'll explain why. So in the specification of the assignment, I said that I wanted the method to return a Boolean, either true or false. And some students may just create a void method and print the results, and that is not good. So maybe I want this assign and return pattern to be in a different color so that I can see it, immediately after I open their solution. So let's create this strategy. I'll explain what I mean further. Let's now run a strategy search in the whole workspace. So Control H, strategy search. My strategy is the one we just created, and search. This takes a few seconds. Okay, and it found 12 solutions just like before. To see the highlighting, we double click on the result. Notice we have different colors here. There's yellow, there's blue, and also green. We explained this in one of our videos, but basically this statement here is green because it matches with more than one pattern. However, remember that everything highlighted here is part of the same strategy. So there could be many colors, but this is all one single strategy, which contains several patterns. So the assign and return pattern is composed of these two statements. We can see that in the marker here, it says multiple markers at this line. So it matches with the pattern cumulatively adding, assign and return, and repeatedly subtract from one variable. So remember we selected this light blue or cyan color for the assign and return. Well, both these statements are part of the assign and return pattern. We can also see this interleaving color over here in the strategies view. So every pattern that we include in this strategy is yellow, except for the assign and return pattern, which is blue. But there's also this interleaving green color, which contains patterns 6, 7, and 2, 7 being assign and return. Let's take a look at solution number 10. Here we see some red underlining. So ARC is telling us that there's an error according to the pattern loop from 1 to limit. Why is that? Well, if we look at solution number 1, the variable I is initialized to 1, whereas the variable counter here is initialized to 0. Notice that counter here is analogous to the variable I over here. So ARC is telling us with this red underline that it found an approximate match of the pattern loop from 1 to limit, but that this statement here may have a bug. Let's look at solution number 13 for another example. So here, ARC is telling us that there may be a bug in this statement. It says, error according to the pattern, iteratively extracting decimal digits. What does solution number 1 look like? Again, remember I created this strategy using solution number 1 only after verifying that it was actually correct, which is I'm using it and going back to it to show you the comparison with the potentially buggy submissions. Solution number 1 has this variable being assigned to the result of a modulo operation, while solution number 13 is doing a division. I've seen this error more than once in actual student submissions, and this is most likely a bug. So there you have it, just another way ARC can help us with understanding of repetitive code. First, we've shown how by assigning a specific color to a special pattern in our strategy, we are able to immediately see the pattern standing out. We've also shown how ARC points out potential bugs when it finds an approximate match in the search. Once again, thanks for watching. If you think this tool will be helpful to you, please download it from the GitHub repository in the description below. Thank you.